This Simba video summarizes some of the most frequently asked questions pertaining to training as of September 2019. This video is narrated by Amanda Pastor, Simba training lead, and Shauna Baranek, instructional developer, both members of the Simba OCM team. The Simba training team will take a three-step approach to training. Tell me, show me, let me. Tell me is the core of basic instruction and delivery of facts, rules, processes, and basic knowledge. Show me helps the learner see the tool in action and will include live demonstrations and simple animations. Let me allows the learner to be hands-on with the tool, using scenarios in order to see results as a product of their actions. Training will be delivered using three different formats. The instructor-led format will be face-to-face, hands-on learning with engagement of the software. The virtual instructor-led format will be hosted via Zoom with the learners in separate environments. This format may or may not be hands-on. The web-based format will be all self-directed and self-paced. This format could be either short micro-learning videos, which are bite-sized learning nuggets, or whole course delivery, which are typically overview courses. Simba training might be different than other types of hands-on training that end users may have previously experienced. Option 1 is the typical training method most learners in the university are used to seeing, an instructor walking participants through step-by-step of what to do and where to click. This only allows learners to gain muscle memory of each step. However, Simba will be using option 2, which will allow learners to pause and analyze certain steps and answer questions about what they see on the screen and the purpose of various elements. This will enable learners to have a better understanding of what is happening within SAP instead of just clicking through steps. Everyone is wondering how many hours of training will be developed. Please remember that these numbers are an estimation. No one at the university will have to attend all training sessions. Hands-on, instructor-led training will most likely consist of 30 to 35 courses, which may total around 200 to 225 hours. Web-based training may consist of about 10 to 15 courses, totaling around 5 to 15 hours. The virtual instructor-led training may consist of about 1 to 5 courses, which will run about 1 to 5 hours. In total, approximately 45 to 55 courses will be offered with a total of about 200 to 250 hours of training being delivered. Again, this is just an estimation of the total time for all trainings to be conducted. The training schedule is still a work in progress. In early spring 2020, end users will be notified of the exact training that they will need to attend in accordance to the tasks that they will be performing in Simba. The training team has been very busy working on several milestones. Simba 101 is a self-paced foundation building course launching fall of 2019. Currently, the training team is vetting materials and working on the design including graphics, videos, and layouts of the various modules. In early spring of 2020, the training schedule will be communicated to end users. The next slide will explain more of what the process embodies. In April of 2020, web-based, self-paced prerequisite training will begin. The training team is working on a Simba overview and basic navigation course, along with preparing for additional overview courses. Core end user instructor-led training will occur in May and June of 2020. The training team is currently finalizing the course outlines, determining the best delivery methods of each course, identifying the duration of courses, defining learning objectives, outlining topics, and finalizing task requirements. We know that everyone is anxious to see the training schedule. We are too, but there are many steps that need to happen before the training schedule can be shared. We need to identify and confirm the number of end users that require training. We also need to identify and confirm the facilities and materials needed for training, as well as identify and confirm the number of trainers and subject matter experts needed to staff the classrooms. Next, the job task to role matrix will be finalized and confirmed, which will then allow us to create the training schedule. Once the schedule is determined, Courses will be entered into the Learning Resource Network and communicated to end users to enable them to register for their required courses. Post-production support for training will have a 3S approach: situation, seek, and solution. Once an end user recognizes that they have a situation that needs to be solved, end users will be able to reference multiple places to seek a solution. Although not exhaustive, they will have access to simulations showing how tasks are completed from start to finish, hands-on guides that are an alternative format from the simulation, which offers a written step-by-step guide of tasks, reference guides, such as a reporting matrix, and web-based trainings. So what should end users be doing to prepare for training? Everyone should have already started. Visit our website, simba.psu.edu, where there is a plethora of information, including team members, frequently asked questions, and training information. Are you signed up for the monthly newsletter? If not, you can view previous issues on our website and even sign up for the newsletter listserv. The newsletters contain information on a project update, monthly focus, change management corner, and much more. You can also view the monthly Simba sessions hosted by Debbie Meter. Simba sessions are a continuing series of live webinars that provide updates, spotlight discussions, and a live question and answer. Have you missed a session? You can view previous sessions on our website. When is the next Simba session? All Simba session dates are on our website through December 2020. Mark your calendar. What else is coming up to prepare you for training? We will launch Simba 101 in fall 2019, and the Journey to Simba map is already on our website to view. Please stay tuned, as you will be shown a brief show and tell later in this video of those two items. Simba 101, which will be available in the Canvas Learning Management System, is coming fall of 2019. Simba 101 is the tell me step in our training approach. Simba 101 will introduce end users to core Simba financial concepts before the more in-depth SAP S/4HANA training in late spring 2020. Users will register through the Learning Resource Network for Simba 101, and then learners will be enrolled in the Canvas course. Currently, the training team is working on creating and vetting materials, graphics, and videos within the various modules. In October, the team will finalize modules and copy the course over to the live sections. Registration will then be created in the Learning Resource Network for users to register for the Canvas course. In November, end users will be enrolled in a section of Simba 101, and the course will become available with the soft launch of a few modules. A few modules will then be released in December of 2019 and January of 2020 in order to not overwhelm users and to encourage ongoing engagement by our end users. Please stay tuned for a quick overview of what Simba 101 looks like.
I'm Shauna Baranek, and I will be providing a show and tell on Simba 101, the Journey to Simba map, and a sneak peek of a sample simulation, as well as a hands-on guide. As mentioned previously, Simba 101 will introduce end users to core Simba financial concepts before more in-depth SAP S/4HANA training in late spring 2020. Let's take a look at Simba 101. Presently, Simba 101 is still being created, so what you're about to see is considered to be under construction. I will show you the student view, which is the view an end user would see. This is the Simba 101 homepage that contains links to current modules. End users will start by clicking the Canvas and Simba 101 orientation button. Each module will start with a purpose and objective page. User can navigate to pages in the module by clicking the next button. For example, the next page in the orientation module is an overview about what Simba 101 is, as well as descriptions of icons the end user may see throughout the module pages. Icons will include terminology, fast facts, and knowledge checks, where users can test their understanding and click on the Show Hi to see if their answer is correct. The orientation module also contains information on IBIS and the goals, mission, and vision of Simba. There are 2 prerequisite modules that each end user will need to view prior to any additional modules being available. The first is the Canvas and Simba 101 orientation module. The second is Stewardship and Internal Control. Users can click the Simba 101 homepage button to return to the list of modules. Modules will contain text, graphics, videos, and other elements. For example, let's take a look at an available page from the Procurement module. This page contains a microlearning video that summarizes the procure-to-pay process.
Displayed is an overview graphic of the procure-to-pay process. We will explore that process in more detail. First, the customer enters an item into their shopping cart. The shopping cart then goes through financial and other approvals. The buyer reviews and approves the purchases and issues a purchase order to the vendor. The vendor then fulfills the order and ships it. The customer performs the goods receipt. The invoice is received and a 3-way match is verified. The invoice amount is matched with the purchase order, and the purchase order quantity is matched with the goods receipt. The vendor is paid. Thank you for viewing the Simba Procure-to-Pay process video.
Next, we will take a look at our new Journey to Simba map that can be found on our Simba website. The purpose of the Journey to Simba map is to provide end users with a list of resources to help them prepare for the journey to Simba. Viewers can click on the Journey Map icon found in the center of the homepage to see the interactive map. The map contains animations and sound as you roll over several objects. The map is divided into 4 sections: ongoing end user activities, Simba 101, production readiness testing, and end user training. Let's click on May 2019 and see where the map takes us. This page is the list of resources that I previously mentioned. Each month, new resources will be updated on this page. Be sure to check out the Journey to Simba map. Lastly, we will take a look at a sample simulation and hands-on guide that will be used for end user support. Please keep in mind that these are samples and may not show how the system will look at go live. Also note, there is no sound associated with the simulations. This simulation shows an end user logging into SAP and shows how to change items in the Me area and a sample Fiori tile. This type of simulation will be available for end user support. For example, an end user may want to review how to change the background theme. This simulation will show the end user how to do that. The program used to make these simulations automatically captures screen clicks. However, the training team designers have the ability to modify the content within the text boxes. Simulations can also capture processes that the end user will complete in the system, such as manage journal entries within a Fiori tile. This software also enables the training team designers to customize a hands-on guide for each simulation. For example, this is the hands-on guide for the simulation that you just viewed. Hands-on guides are scripted simulations that capture steps for users to walk through. These guides will also be available for end user support and are considered to be an alternative format from the simulations. Please continue to visit our website, simba.psu.edu, for the latest Simba updates.